So yesterday I made a video talking about the lore, the characters, and bosses of Nuclear Throne. I briefly talked about the IDPD, which means Interdimensional Police Department, for those of you who don't know. Also, yes, it is insane that I'm making two videos back to back. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's free, you can change your mind anytime. Also, ring the bell so you can be notified for my next upload. The IDPD are police officers who live in their headquarters, which is located in a completely different dimension than the Wastelands. They are superhuman and were most likely made using bits of technology, and they were taught using some advanced training techniques. They are ruled by Captain, the leader of the IDPD. They protect information and use special technology like high-tech grenades. The Portal Strike Pack, and whatever you call the Guardian thing that Captain uses, is called. You may be wondering, why do the IDPD storm the area when you break the Proto Statute on level 2 of most floors? Well, that's because they don't want mutants or anyone else to learn any information about the green portals, as well as the statues and the Proto-Mutant himself. The Proto-Mutant built the statues and knew a lot about the crowns, and the IDPD didn't want other people to gain that knowledge. We don't know much about the green portals. We aren't sure if they let you travel across dimensions, or if the Crown Vault is actually the Wasteland dimension. We also don't know much about the Proto-Mutant. We know he might be the ancestor of the original 5 mutants, which I talked about in the last video. I think that the IDPD don't want the original 5 mutants to learn about their ancestors, because that might make the mutants want more power and they could possibly easily destroy the IDPD. Also, like I said in the last episode, this could be a reason why the IDPD are in the Throne to Boss arena. There are multiple of who I refer as the Fallen members. The main two are Little Hunter and Rogue, which I talked about in the last video, but I'll talk about them more in this video. Little Hunter was an old IDPD sniper who was best friends with Rogue. He was sent on a dangerous mission into the Wastelands. He eventually ran out of resources, and he went mad. He started to consume radiation left and right. A couple of things that I didn't talk about in the last episode are his eyes. He has 3 red eyes, which is quite strange. I believe his 3 red eyes are from the mutation and the radiation that he is consuming. Another thing is, why does he have an entire tank filled with radiation? I believe the original use of your tank was fuel or a different high-tech weapon. I think it's most likely a fuel tank, because it's connected to his jetpack. He also calls in the IDPD, which I talked about in the past episode. But I mentioned that the IDPD think it's a good opportunity for an ambush. An ambush? An ambush on who, though? It could either be an ambush on us or Little Hunter, because both us and Little Hunter are technically mutants, so it's a little confusing. The wiki doesn't help at all, because it just says that it's a good opportunity for an ambush. I talked about Rogue a lot in the last episode, but there was a little bit of stuff I could have touched upon more. Rogue didn't really leave the IDPD officially, but she disobeyed orders and went out into the Wastelands in order to find Little Hunter, and most likely rescue him or bring him back to the campfire. Either way, Little Hunter and Rogue are still my 2 favorite characters, but I believe they're more fallen members of the IDPD. The IDPD officers use different types of tech that they fight with. Some of them use a gun that's similar to the one that Rogue starts with, but the Inspector uses some sort of cannon blaster, and they throw grenades. The Elite Inspector uses something that looks like an energy sword. The Shielders use a faster, more machine gun-like version of the IDPD rifle. The Shielders use some form of shield, although the shield is good against bullets, but against energy it's practically useless, although it can block and deflect plasma. They also drive an IDPD van, which has the ability to travel between dimensions, because pressing E, or square on PlayStation, allows you to go to the IDPD headquarters area. Because of their mechanical augmentations, they can use special abilities, like how the grunts can dodge roll like fish can. The Inspector can use an ability similar to the telekinesis that Eyes uses. Captain has a thing on her back that vaguely represents a guardian in the palace. It also kind of looks like the Portal Strike ability that Rogue wears on her back. Because Little Hunter is an IDPD, that means they knew how to make jetpacks. They could also know how to make robots because they might have made the ones in the Frozen City, or they could have made the robot character, which his B-skin could be his old form. After Luke 2, something happened to the IDPD headquarters, causing them all to become mutants. Captain is the only one who isn't mutated. She probably locked herself in her office, Pale King style. But what happened to the headquarters? I think one of the officers got mutated in the Throne 2 arena, and they went back to the headquarters, and that spread to everyone else. The mutated IDPD drop bombs on death. That could mean they still know what they're doing, but they could also be mindless at the same time. So this video was a bit shorter than the past ones, but I hope you enjoyed it. Also, don't expect these super quick uploads all the time. So I hope you have a good one, and sweet dreams.